Jump rope has been my #1 conditioning tool for the last 2 years, and I'm constantly seeing great results with it. Here's why and how I use it, and a couple downsides to it as well. I think high intensity interval training is the most time efficient way to condition your body, burn fat, increase your cardio. And being a new father, being able to get a super good training stimulus within like 10 to 15 minutes is really what I'm looking for. Now, a lot of people will try to do HIIT workouts with things like burpees and squats, but the form breaks down, it looks ugly. Really what we want is just a simple, effective, and safe way to condition the body. So that's why the jump rope really makes sense. All you're doing is just bouncing up and down. So using a method like 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, this is, in my opinion, one of the easiest and best ways to condition your body. Now, jump rope is athletic, right? You've seen boxers do it. It keeps you on the balls of your feet. And as we age, we lose this elasticity. Now, I want to hang on to this for as long as I can. Now, there's not a lot of other cardio activities that keep you on the balls of your feet in this athletic fashion. A lot of people heel strike when you run. Sitting on an exercise bike isn't going to translate much into being able to jump or run faster. So with jump rope, the mechanics are simple because you're not traveling anywhere, but we keep this nice bounciness in the body, which for me is really important. Sometimes high impact exercises gets a negative connotation, but some impact is good for your body. If you watch someone who's competent with the jump rope, you don't leave the ground too much, but you're getting this nice stimulus that's going to be strengthening your ankles and your knees, and putting this low level of force into those joints can have this bulletproofing effect where your joints get more resilient. So watch a boxer skip rope and you see this like high level of footwork and body awareness. My body seems to like rhythm and coordination. If I only do strength training and stretching, then I feel too robotic. What do most athletes have in common? It's some form of coordination, and jump rope is a way to kind of keep that in your training. Jump rope, quick and potent. If you're trying to improve your physique and get in better shape, then a good portion of your time should be spent doing resistance training. You gotta get stronger, you gotta put on muscle. What I love about jump rope is I can use these quick and potent sessions, sometimes just 10 minutes a day, and I'm putting myself in a zone where I'm staying lean, or I'm burning fat, or just not putting on fat. And really simply, this allows me to put the bulk of my energy into other forms of movement that need that energy. And what's cool is, even if, say, you're into running, you can use jump rope sessions to be a bit lighter on your body and can have carryover to when you do go running. There's something about jump rope that turns your energy up really nicely. It's like this bounciness invigorates you and lifts your spirits. Your heart rate goes up, but you're not super out of breath, you're still in control. This is probably why there's so much footage of boxers skipping rope and being really confident and just talking shit. So a sleeper benefit to jump rope is I literally feel my confidence go up after jumping rope for 10 minutes. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so I don't want to overstate jumping rope too much. I want to talk about a few of the downsides. It's a repetitive exercise, and anytime when you're doing an exercise for hundreds or thousands of reps, you run the risk of overuse injuries. Now, the legs, the arms, the shoulders, they're all doing the same thing over and over. But this is why I prefer to keep those sessions shorter. 10 to 15 minutes, I'll share one with you soon. The big downside for me about jump rope is it's training a pattern that's not so natural for human movement. When you jump rope, you jump as your arms go down. Most athletic or functional movement, you would lead with your hands. But one way that you can counter this is to jump with the rope rather than through the rope. Skipping the rope to the side of your body allows you to get back into more of a functional pattern. Watch when I skip the rope underhand to the side of my body. My hands lead my jump. So often for myself, I'll alternate between jumping through the rope and then jumping with the rope to the side of my body. What's also cool about this is it can get really flowy and it can open up more athletic movement. If you're a beginner and you're just getting into jump rope, then don't worry about this. When you're feeling more confident, then try this. Start with skipping the rope to one side of your body. Now transfer it to the other side. Then you can start alternating back and forth. You'll instinctually jump on cadence, and you'll be shifting your weight from side to side through your feet as well. And this is more like running or sprinting or striding. Now you can skip the rope forward or back. And actually, if you just turn around while you're skipping the rope on one side of your body, then you just reverse the direction of the rope without having to stop it. Check out Sugar Ray Robinson training like this back in the day. It's such a good way to take the great parts of jump rope and make it even more functional. So now I'll give you some simple workouts you can do. The easiest for a beginner, the way that I got started jumping rope a few years back, is to do 30 seconds on and then 30 seconds rest. Do this for 10 minutes total. And if this gets too hard, you can even rest for 1 minute. Now you can even begin this with just pretending to jump a rope without a rope. Or like I showed earlier, you can keep it to the side of your body, which will be easier because you don't have to jump through something. Now to progress, instead of doing more time, let's work to 60 seconds of jumping the rope and then 30 seconds rest. Now we're just doing more work in the same amount of time. As this becomes more comfy, now you can add more time, go up to 15 minutes or maybe 20. This is my go-to session. I do 15 minutes, 60 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I do 1 round of jumping through the rope, and then I do 1 round of the rope staying outside of my feet. Now, if I'm really pressed for time, the babies are gonna wake up in 10 minutes. Then I go up to 90 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 10 minutes. It's really simple. You can download an interval app on your phone, or like I just use the timer feature on the phone. And of course, we care a lot about mobility here. Y'all know that. Another cool interval workout is to take your rest time in a squat. So you jump rope for 60 seconds, and then you take that 30 or 60-second rest while you're sitting low in a squat. Now, the benefit of bouncing on the feet is that it creates strength in the ankles, but it will also create stiffness. So spending your rest time in a squat signals to the body that you also want to keep that other range of motion of fully bending the ankles into flexion. Now, interestingly, I've found that from bouncing up and down, you get a lot of blood flow into your calves. Now, when I go to sit in my squat, because that backside is really warmed up, I'm actually able to sit down into my squat more comfortably. Because those muscles are warmed up, they'll also release more as well. Usually people go too far to one side of the spectrum. So you get into running, you start running every day, and your lower body becomes super stiff. This workout is a good way to make sure that you're valuing both sides of the spectrum. We're giving away 3 Strength Side Dad hats. To enter, comment number 1, where's your location? Number 2, let's get some humor going. I want to see something funny about why you should jump rope. Lastly, how many days a week should you do this? I think if you're a total beginner, start with 2 days a week, work up to every other day. So that kind of comes out to about 3 days a week. But if you're keeping your sessions really short, like I'm doing, say 10 minutes, then you can do it every day. Enjoy, as always.